yoga is worship worthy. Yoga ought to have a lot of reverence, regard, and respect in human life. It was our Rishi Munis and seers who discovered yoga for the practice of self actualization, self realization. So, yoga is as much dynamic, as much calming. So, there's a paradox in yoga. And in today's time, Shainaji said to begin with that when people are literally struggling, not just to live, but to survive, and survive with equilibrium of the mind and homeostasis of the body, the biological balance ought to be maintained. And there is one biggest gift to mankind with our seers and Rishimunis, which is yoga. And yoga certainly is going to be the biggest export out of India. And this is not the yoga of the circus or acrobats that people see in various postures. And there's nothing happening in your mind. There is no buoyancy and there is no surge of the emotions. There is no dissolving and annihilation of the thoughts. There is no cessation of the mind. So that is not yoga. Yoga, which we do with the Yoga Institute, literally allows calming, tranquility, anchoring, centering, thus becoming whole, thus getting integrated. And so, from the circumference of the life, we move to the center of life. And this was the experience which I experience now, the Anubhav and the Anubhuti. So, Anubhav was moving towards the center, and Anubhuti was the perpetuating experience in the center, which is the beauty of yoga. In yoga, typically, the the yogi, the yoga asana, and the process of experience, they all become one experience. There is no separation. And this oneness is the immunity. So immunity is nothing but I am unity. So when I am unity is happening, it is immunity for humanity. Your 60, 70, 80 trillion cells, they work in orchestration. They work in unison. They become a joint force, a yuj, a yoke. And yoga is born in confluence of energies, congruence of your sacred geometry, consonance of your prefrontal cortex, and I would say resonance of our limbic brain, where a human being becomes one with the entire creation. Towards the end of it, just let us do a 2-3 minute meditation, a guided meditation, which will be just an icing on the cake. So eyes shut, keep breathing in, breathing out. As Pooja ji earlier said, zero effort. Simply allow the breath to go in and simply let the go out. So it is about letting it be and letting it go. And the letting go ought to have a smile on the face. This brings vairagya, detachment from every association, from every attachment. It sets you free. So keep breathing in, breathing out. Your breathing out is letting go. Breathe in, breathe out, not just the knots of your body, but the knots of your mind and knots of your spirit. Breathe in and let go of attachments, not the connections. That's the paradox. Yoga is letting go of the attachments and getting deeper into connections in the center. Now, your breathe in will be mental application. You breathe in energy and you breathe out exhaustion. You breathe in strength and you breathe out your weaknesses and debility. You breathe in courage and you breathe out your fears, your phobias, your anxieties. You breathe in hope and you breathe in despair. Breathe out despair. With a smile on your face, with self conviction, self realization, self actualization. Breathe in faith and breathe out doubt. Forgive yourself as you breathe in and forgive this world as you breathe out. And the last thing, breathe in love, breathe out hatred, grudges, resentments, detest. Unshackle yourself, unshackle the world. You and only you are responsible for whatever happens to you. A yogi does not take the lame excuse of the destiny's game. Your destiny is in your hands. A yogi becomes the co-creator of his own destiny, her own destiny. A yogi has legs to walk consciously towards it, hands to make it, a mind to perceive it, a heart to believe it, a spirit to achieve it. We are what our deepest desires are. As are our desires, so will be our will. As will be our will, so will be our intentions. As will be our intentions, so will be our deeds. And as will be our deeds, so will be our destiny. We can open our eyes with the self conviction, which translates into optimism, which translates into theism, which translates into immunity for humanity. Your whole endocrine system will vibrate. Your whole endocrine system will radiate and respond to every such contingency, every such eventuality, every such, and rise to fortification, keep you shielded, keep you guarded, heal you, healthify you, calm you, soothe you, and equanimity will be yours. So, yoga gets you energized, maximized, optimized, evolutionized, revolutionized, and gets you Mickey-mized. Thank you very much, China. Thank you very much, Times of India. And above all, thank you very, very much, the Yoga Institute, Mahansaji and Poojaji. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody. See you soon.
Naturalize, exercise, let your life get Mickey-mized, Mickey-mized, Mickey-mized.